Hello everybody and welcome to Pinkbike's Inside the Tape with me, Ben Cathro. Today I am in Snowshoe, West Virginia, and it is qualifying day for the final World Cup of the year, and this is the last Inside the Tape with me for this season, so we'll try and make it a good one. Oh yeah Valley, yeah Valley. On the Highline. Today we are at the GoPro Hyper Smooth Rock Garden, which is one of the gnarly rock gardens at the bottom of this snowshoe downhill track. You'll see it on the live feed later, so it is a really good bit to have a look at. Two main lines, a little bit of variation. I think it's going to be more on confidence, bravery and braking that's going to make the difference in here. Let's watch some riders blasting through before we break this section down. Yo! Yeah, boy! Yeah, was. Oh, Gregory. I think you won the distance competition. Yeah, did I? Yeah. I don't think you're supposed to jump that far. Just bumped into a bit of a sports coach slash analyst slash all around knows everything about biking. Chris KILMURRAY.
They call me Dad.
They call you Dad. How you getting on this morning?
I'm good, yeah.
Yeah. So you're just coming up and you're having a look at this rock garden here. Why have you come to this bit?
So this particular bit yesterday in time training, there was some big advantages to have, or to gain or to lose, let's say.
Who was gaining?
Charlie Harrison most certainly was gaining. He was fastest in time training. Yep. And he put a big advantage from here to the finish line into a couple of top riders, and other riders like Dakota Norton, I think Greg Menard also did a pretty good job down here as well.
Okay. And what is a big advantage over, I think you were chatting about Bruni before, so Bruni versus Charlie down this bit?
Yeah, it could have been 3.5 to 4 seconds if I remember correctly. It's time training, so you can't read into it a huge amount.
What do you think is the secret to this lower section?
Key to the race. Yeah, we all say key to the race, Jeff, like Supercross. What's key to the race, Jeff? A fast start. Key, I think, is confidence. I think Eddie Masters said it yesterday. He said the faster you go, the easier it is because you're out there. I think it's easy to make a little small mistake, deflect the front or rear tyre and get real tight and just ride tight. And the French would say crispy. Crispé is the word in French, and they'd be just like, and it makes sense. You're just like, oh fuck, what's just happened?
Thanks, man.
Yeah, cheers.
Coming into this section, you come across this nice little bridge here, little bridge over the river, and then the track splits. There is a high line, which is nice and straight into. You can just go into it flat out, no dramas, no problems. And then there is a right line that a lot of people are doing a little brake check for, and then you have to gap in over a rock and backside that rock. So the low line, once you've gapped over the rock, is pretty mellow in comparison to the high. It's a little bit chattery, then it's got a slight turn at the end to line you up for the next straight. The high line, however, is a lot chunkier. There's a big bright orange stump that just wants to grab your pedals. There's a few rocks on the edges, and it goes up and down a lot more with one final big step as you rejoin the low line onto the exit. Hey Rudy. Hello. What are you looking at here?
Oh, the line. Yesterday I tried to jump. From the stump? Yeah, from the stump to the rock.
Why do you jump? What's the benefit of jumping?
Because my bike just stopped inside.
Yeah.
Just want to miss the hole.
So yeah, miss the compression.
Yeah.
Cool. Maybe we're going to try it later?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, cool. We'll be watching. If you were to remove all the features on each line and just do a top down, look at the line, the high line has a nice long smooth curve to it, whereas the low line has a sharp turn, straight sharp turn. The sharper the turns, in theory, the slower it is. I like smooth curves, but you know what? Who knows? There's so many factors involved here, it'll be hard to tell. Let's look at the exit of this. There's a long straight with a few slippy, tricky rocks in it. The run out of the rock garden, it has more rocks. Slightly less than the bit before, but a lot of them are sat on funny angles that just want to slip your wheels. There's roots as well, and there's still just this tiny bit of moisture that makes them extra slippy. It's the kind of section that has enough gradient, but enough risk, slip and danger that you want to drag the brakes, but you could stay off of them. On the exit of this, you fly over the next drop, and then you're down into the final rock garden. This is a really hard bit, and only the bravest are going to be able to get the fastest down here. So, let's have a watch of people riding down it, and then we'll get to comparing. That's it, you hit your second growth spurt. How old are you now? Is it top secret? 45, I'm still young. We're having a look at this last rock garden, and Steve, if you were still racing here, what's your thought process? How would you break this down? What would you choose?
I would go for try and make it the smoothest, fastest line possible. It's only a short-ish track, 3 minutes, 10-ish. You're going to be a little bit tired down here, probably a little bit of arm pump maybe kicking in. So yeah, smooth and fast. There's a lot of people trying to go like down low, and I think that's a little bit of a faff. Like you've got to duck around a tree, hop over something, get perfect landing. Whereas when you ride this top sort of arc, it might look like it's a little bit further out, but it's smoother for a little bit further than you hit some gnarly rocks. But I think you carry a little bit more speed out.
There we go. That's it. We'll see if you're right.
Who knows?
Okay, here we go. Ghost camera is set up and comparisons to do. But first, watch Brendan chilling on the left here.
Oh yeah, boy! This is why he didn't have his camera on.
But I did, Brendan. I did. So this was the best angle we could get, showing the line choice through the rock garden with as much of the next straight in shot as well, as we needed to time to the drop at the end. What do you think is going to win? High? Low? Gap the high? Something different? All the same? Let's see. Let's see Loris Ravelli on the low gap versus Brendan Fairclough on the high gap. They both enter their lines and Brendan slips on the takeoff, landing squint. This loses him some momentum, but he's still about a bike length in front. Ravelli attacks down the next straight, staying off the brakes, catching Brendan to finish only 0.02 behind. Highline just wins this round. Next we have Troy Brosnan rolling the low line and Greg Williamson rolling the high line. Troy hits the low line pinned while Greg gets pinged about in the rocks. They meet up almost level, but Greg is carrying more speed off the straighter line and accelerates away. Down the next straight, Greg is hauling and Troy must give the brakes a little safety tickle, allowing Greg to take this section by a massive 0.81 of a second. Highline wins again, but they were really close heading into the start of that straight, so I'm not fully convinced. Let's see if the low line can make a comeback with fastest man in the low, Remy Therion versus Laurie Greenland fully gapping the high line. They're both hauling into their lines and Laurie hoofs it all the way over those chunky stones, giving him a slight advantage over Therion. Down the next straight, Laurie uses his superior exit speed to pull away to a convincing 0.39 victory. I didn't think there was going to be that much of a difference here, but the blurry evidence does not lie. Highline for the win. So that's going to do it for Pinkbike's Inside the Tape from Snowshoe, the final one of the year. Stay tuned though, we will have a recap coming out on Saturday. But yeah, for me, Ben Cathro, that is it. 2019, Inside the Tape, done. Can't believe I've not been shouted at by the marshals actually. Actually inside the tape for once. Yeah, this section was sick. I'm thinking Highline. It's got to be Highline. I think it was Highline. Yeah. Okay, let's leave. Okay, I'll continue. Today I'm at the GoPro Hyper Smooth Rock Garden.
You said GoPro again.
What? I've got that locked in my head now.
GoPro.
Pro.
It's the Kiwi version of GoPro.
Oh, you bruised the GoPro.